back to Northern Ontario. My name's Dave, and this is Mckerrow Siding, my N-scale layout. This week I'm going to show you actually what Mckerrow siding looks like. I have two photographs for you to see, and I'm building the structures that you see in the photographs. I'm building them on for my layout to go in the area where the switching yard is here in Mckerrow. And I got really enthusiastic. I've almost finished one building already, and I'm going to just show you quickly how I went about doing that with the second building that we're going to see. So we'll just switch over to here. Now this is Mckerrow siding, and this is a building where the all of the personnel who work for Huron Central, this is where they live and eat and stay while they're working in the yard. And so I have built this building already. It's not finished because I didn't have any roofing material in my textures to roof it with. So I'm going to show you that building in a minute or two, but this is one of the buildings. The second building was obviously built for speeders and hand carts and stuff. It has three large garage openings, two of which have been filled in, and individual doors have just been put in it, and one still has the double doors as it would have had way back when. Now this building, I didn't realize until I'd taken the pictures and then started to model that the office that I just showed you has board and batten siding on it, and this building has clapboard siding on it, and I don't have any clapboard siding. So I went to Otter Valley Hobbies yesterday, and I ordered 2 sheets of clapboard siding because I know I'm going to need it for other models. So what I show you here is a demonstration, not a finished product. So first we'll show you. And I'm going to go to 7 here. There we go. This is the building that I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to put it down and I'm going to zoom in on the camera. See, I think that's easier for you to see. I will move it back. And we'll focus. There we go. So you can see it's very much like the photograph. There's one thing I left out, and I'm not sure why I left it out, but I did. There should be another window here, but I don't think it matters to my railroad or anything else. It's just going to be there. So what this building still needs to do is have the trim at each edge put in place, which I've got. It's right here. It's from Plastistruck. It's an L-shaped piece of material that will go around each corner. And then also, I've got some thin styrene round tubing, not tubing, round rod, which is going to get glued on as the downspouts for the rain gutters, because they're clearly visible in the picture. So that's where this is where is one of the buildings, obviously, and the second building is the one that's sitting down here right now. This is the one with the what would have been the 3 openings for speeders and other equipment on the railroad, and what we're going to do is we're going to assemble the carcass of this, and I'm going to show you, and we're going to use board and batten turned on its side right now. I'm not going to glue it on because I'm a finicky person and I want it to have clapboard, so it's going to have clapboard. So the video won't be very long, but I just want to take you through how I do things once I'm working. So we'll switch to 6. There we go. And there's the front of the building with the board and batten turned sideways. Here's the front of the building the way it is. I have pieces of cardstock that were cut out of these openings. This one needs to be painted brown, the whole thing, because it's the original door. This one is the secondary door, and let me get something to point with here so you can see what's going on. Take my glasses off so I can actually see. So this piece gets painted the same as, I wonder, can I do this? No, I'm zoomed in all the way. Okay. This piece gets painted the same color as the building. This piece that I'm about to drop in gets painted brown. The same with this piece. This piece gets painted the same color as the building. And then that's painted brown. Once that's all done, then the clapper siding is going to go on there. And then I have cut, as you can see, a whole bunch of squares here. And these get cut and they get laid on the building as a frame around the doors. Now, the reason there are so many of these cut is quite simple. I'm going to demonstrate right now. You see this wonderful piece? Well, I can't. Maybe I can. Okay, can you see that? You see that? Anyway, there it is there. What happens is, and I do it so many times I always print tons of these. You can deform these, you can squeeze them in every way possible, and then trying to get them back to being perfectly square again is near on impossible. So I make tons of these, and you'll see on the building that there's white trim around the doors and the windows here. Those were individually cut little pieces. They are under, I'll tell you what they are. The thickness of the frame is 1 millimeter. So they're a pain in the butt because they are even thinner than these. And it took quite a bit of work and patience and blue air for me to be satisfied with the way they looked once they were in place. And I'm still not 100% satisfied, but I'm not going to tear them off and try again because it took way too long to actually put those white pieces around the there we go, white pieces around the doors and windows. And as I say, these little squares are very easy to deform. I'm not even going to attempt to demonstrate on this second one because I might need it. And that's how I put them on too. Is I put the glue on the back, and then I take the tweezers and I gently usually I put the glue across the top. Take the tweezers, gently drop it in place, push on this, hold it till the glue sets, and then I take some more glue and put it along the bottom. Sorry, you can't see me. Along the bottom here, and then press that down. But it is very easy to damage these. So this is the board and batten that was cut for the first building. And you can see that I had a little issue here. I thought it was cutting all the way through, but you can see that there are a series of dots all the way along here. Well, that's the laser pulses, and I didn't do enough. I didn't have the settings correct. So I did go off and practice on some styrene with similar thickness, and finally got a setting that would work properly for me. So let's just quickly go over how I'm going to put this building together. Now we don't need this. We just need this, 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 and this. And I'm going to move my stuff very carefully out of the way here. Now this is one of the joys, or lack of joys, of modeling at N scale. Everything is so tiny that you need real steady hands to do things, and my hands aren't always the steadiest that they could be. So we have the 4 pieces that form the building. What I typically do is I don't cut the styrene for the ends until I've glued the building together. So that I can measure across. Still getting used to this camera stuff. Wow. So I can measure across here and have the styrene come out and overlap the front by just whatever the thickness of the material is here. This is all cardboard. It's fairly flexible. So I brace it with I'm going to go to 7. No, I'm going to go to 6. 6. Oh, I'm on 6. Maybe go to 7. I brace it with bamboo rod, and we'll back that out now that we've there we go. Yeah. I base it with bamboo rod. Now the bamboo rod is from the dollar store, my favorite hobby shop, and it cuts very nicely with this cutter. I actually have, this is the 3rd one of these I have, and the reason I bought this one was the first 2 didn't have a replaceable blade, and you had to take the whole thing apart to sharpen it, which was a real pain in the butt. But this takes box cutter blades. You just unscrew this screw and slap in a new blade. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut a bunch of these. I need to cut 4 of them. And it does a really good job of cutting them, although it sends the pieces all over the place. And I don't really measure these because they're there just to brace the corners. There we go. All right. Now there may be a piece of bracing that goes on this piece after it's assembled. I've got to think through the order of operations for putting all the pieces together. But let's just start here with the end walls. So what I do is, where are you? You're the red bottle, right? Just you're the red bottle. I take some super glue and I don't put it on the model. I put it on a piece of scrap cardboard. And then I take a micro brush, and I bought 2 packages of these. I think there's 100 in each of the packages. And they have made my life. I used to do it with a Q-tip, and the Q-tip is way too big. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the glue and put it on the cardboard, and take one of these and just place it so that it's flush with the edge, and that's the most important thing, flush with the edge. And then we'll just grab an industrial clothes peg here and put that on there, and it's holding that in place while it dries. And now we'll go back here and we'll take more glue and put it on here. Now I know you don't really need clamps for super glue, but if you're trying to line something up, I think it's important that you get it lined up and get it clamped. Alright, so we got one. Now let's do the second one. Now as you can see, the micro brush does a wonderful job, especially on that finicky trim that I was talking about that goes around doors and windows. because you can put, if you use the thinner CA, you can really control where it goes. So again, here I am here, I'm lining up. Now this is bamboo, so it stays pretty dimensionally stable. Okay. I'm going to grab one here. I'm going to grab a second one of these. And then we get the last piece. And glue them on the edges. And the last little piece of bamboo. Line it up and clamp it down. Whoops. Gotta be in the middle. Gotta be in the middle. There we go. So this should have set up right now. So here we go. Yeah. As I say, all I'm going to do is build the frame today because I want this to have scale clapboard on it, and not backboard and band to turn sideways. So here I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to hold it. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's what I should have waited. I should have waited. I was patient again. Okay, one more time here. Okay, we're just gonna, I think I'm gonna get out the activator just to make sure that I don't have to screw around here. Alright, there's that. Now, let's take this again. And glue. Put that in place. Hold it. I'm going to spritz it. Okay. Oh, there's the second one here. So now we've got that side on it. Now there are no windows or extra doors or anything on this building, so it's a fairly simple structure to build. One more tier. And I'll take this, put it here. I gotta get it straight and lined up. This cardstock really sucks the glue right in. It is a bit of a pain in the butt. So you can see this is not that difficult to do. It all comes down to the finishing. So now, glue along here. Glue along here. And the front goes on. So now we have our structure. And like I said, we've got a brown door to go in here. And there'll be 2 more brown doors, but these pieces also fit in here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a brace across this way, so that those pieces have something besides the edge to stick to. So again, I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to measure right there, and snap. And now we're going to put the building face down like this, and we're going to grab a little bit more glue. As I say, this tends, I don't use as much glue if I do it with these little brushes. And now we're going to take this piece of bamboo, and I'm going to use the tweezers here. And we're going to go inside. And it really doesn't have to be straight or level or anything. Right. So now we have this piece of wood inside there, which means that when we put on, when we put the doors and windows in place, or the doors in place here, see there's a piece of backing now. And then what's going to happen is once they're in place, maybe I can demonstrate this, and you go in there, and you go in there. Now, as I said, the doors themselves, all the doors on this structure. And where are we? We're not. There we are. Now you're in the shot. But we'll just bring the light down a little bit more so you can see it. This door, and this door are all a dark brown. Just like the buildings in this one are. So, and then what happens is, and again, this is an example, I'm not going to glue this in place today. This goes on top like that, and then this goes on top of that, so that there's a bit of relief when the doors are set back a little bit further than now. I'm probably going to, when I do get the clapboard, I probably am going to work like this. I'm going to take these and put the clapboard, or put these frames around the doors, and then I'm going to take my airbrush and I'm going to airbrush this wall, the back wall, all the other walls that need to be addressed. Now, the reason I'm doing it this way is, first, I'm not great with math. I never have been. Hard to believe that I used to teach computer science and computer literacy. Oops. Put these in too early. Okay, that one's out. The one time you don't want something to stick, it sticks. Unfortunately, with the laser cutter, I can just go cut another one. I don't have to worry about too much about this. But no, I got it out in one piece. I was really worried that was going to break. But anyway, there we go. It's a little bit out of shape now, but we'll fix that when it goes back in. So, I'm going to put this here. So the reason I don't cut out the sides, or the ends in this case, is because I've got the thickness of the cardstock here and the thickness of the cardstock here. So I need to measure this, which is now 32.63 millimeters. And I need to go to the laser cutter and adjust the size of this piece. Okay, so we have, you can see that if I cut it just the same size, actually these are from the other building, so there may be a difference in sizing here. But if I cut it the same size as the actual piece of cardboard, I'm going to have to worry about what I'm going to do with the corners, whether I'm going to put some more clapboard in there in a thin strip or what I'm going to do. So I tend to make sure that I put the structure together and measure, and then go ahead and cut it out on the laser. So I think that's enough for today. We don't need a long video. And you can see that on the layout they're going to sit, can I show you? This one will sit in this orientation, and this one will sit in this orientation, and they're about that far apart. And the only thing left to go in the siding area as far as the structure goes is one of those ATCO construction trailer offices, and it sits down here and is much further back from the track than these two are. These two are tight up against the track, almost right on the ties. It's just, they're very, very close. There's just enough space for one person to walk between the ties and the building, and they're very, very close. But I have pre-ordered a building from Atlas to go here, and the pre-order is for March of 2024. So we're a long way from having this section of the layout completely finished. So I want to thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing is free, and if you ring the bell, you'll get notified when the next model comes up. Like I say, I'll probably show you once both Otter Valley and the people I've ordered my roof textures from has arrived, and one has shipped already, and Otter Valley's is still waiting on shipping. I haven't checked the date, but I'll just see where that order is. And we will finish the roof on both of these, and we're going to have to detail them because in the photos, in the photograph, there are signs and stickers and all sorts of stuff across the front of this building, and they will need to be put in place. On this one, there must be power in the building somewhere because there's a light on the building right here, and I'll have to decide whether I'm going to actually put an LED in there or not. Excuse me. So, like I said, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. And as always, it's your model railroad, and you can build it any way you want. Again, see you next week. Thanks.